It's the 17th of November. Still on the international break. Vardy's still away with the England team, and today is the day of their second friendly at Wembley Stadium. England played France. Vardy didn't even feature in the matchday squad, so in the matchday team, he wasn't even on the bench due to his hip injury. The game ended up playing out as a 2-0 win to England. Dele Alli, who was having a kind of a breakthrough, really great season, much to the worry and concern of Leicester City fans later on in the season, as we'll probably talk about in a few months. And Wayne Rooney, who was obviously a little bit skinnier then, well, a wee bit, but not that skinny then as he is now. So yeah, I think most Leicester City fans were relieved that Vardy didn't start that game and that he's going to come back because in 4 days we're going away to Newcastle and he's going to be going to try and equal that record for his 10th consecutive goal, equal it with Ruud van Nistelrooy. Yeah, so not a lot going on in Camp Leicester. I thought it would be a good chance to talk about something that popped into my head yesterday. And I'll put this bold statement out there. The most influential player in the history of Leicester City never even played for us. And that player is James Pearson. Why? Well, Pearson was at Leicester when they did the Great Escape. They went to Thailand. He made that video. The club wanted to sack him. Obviously, Nige said, if you sack my son, I'll walk. Big decision for the club, but Thai people are, well, it's common sense they had to sack him. And unfortunately, Nige fell on his own sword for the sake of his family. It's kind of that, you can imagine Nige doing that. So that's the way it was. And we lost Nige. I remember at the time being devastated, but, you know, it was what it was. If James hadn't made that video, Nige wouldn't have got sacked. The next season probably would have played out in one way or another similar to the previous season where, you know, we were just doing what we were doing, plodding along, trying to survive in the Premier League. And we might have survived 2 or 3 years and we probably would have just slumped back down to the Championship like we traditionally do. But James making that video, putting it online, his dad leaving, getting in Claudio, everything that happened, all the press, everything, the club profile going up, and then the big push to carry on being good. A couple of bad years under, 18 months or so under Claude, which was not that bad, but, you know, kind of like a bit of a come down after winning the Premier League. And then obviously Brendan come in, and that was due to the profile of the club at that point. And the success that was built on that Premier League win and the Champions League run that we'd had. And then Brendan did exceptionally well, to be honest, weirdly. It kind of went wrong in the end, but there was a point where, around about that Southampton game, I've never seen Leicester City play that well, like just so cohesively and so well. And if you look at the players we had then, you know, like incredible, really, compared to the shit we've got now. Go watch the Southampton game. It's just ridiculous. Like, we're really good. But anyway, it all fell apart. Well, sorry, before it fell apart, we won the FA Cup, which was the only thing I always said I wanted us to do, win the FA Cup. I didn't even think we'd win the league. It wasn't even a dream, you know. It was just, oh, wow. And to finally see that FA Cup, the most stressful half hour of my life, that last half hour of that game, 4 o'clock in the morning in New Zealand, not good. Trying not to scream the house down, wake everybody up during COVID. Yeah, but anyway, none of that would have happened if Pearson hadn't made that video. So what happened to him? Well, he started off at Rotherham before Leicester, isn't it, in their academy, and he didn't make it there. So his dad gave him another shot at Leicester. He joined in 2012. He had a few. It sounds like he had a few loan spells. So he had a loan for Carlisle, Wrexham, and Peterborough while he's at Leicester, playing sort of 5 or 6 games in total for between those clubs. And then 2015, obviously, it all blew up for him and he's out the door. I think they pretty much just sacked him. Like, they just like, go, you know, they didn't try and sell him. They're just like, you're gone. You know, I guess it's gross misconduct. So I think he had no club, and that summer he trained with, he went back to Rotherham, trained with them, and then he got himself a gig at Barnet. It looks like, according to the records, he played 15 games for Barnet. To be honest, when you look, you can find his stats, but you can't find much about his you know, there's not a lot of written about those lower league stuff. So I just know he played 15 times for Barnet for a year or two. Then he ended up at Coventry, didn't play at Coventry at all. He was there for less than a season. And then he moved to Kidderminster, which is not pretty local for Cov. And he played 23 times, scored a goal, and he was there for a year. And then he moved on to Macclesfield, where he played another 23 games and another goal. He kind of made headlines at Macclesfield because he was the PFA representative when, if you may or may not remember, about 5 years ago, it all blew up at Macclesfield and they stopped paying their players and it was just a shit show. And he was the PFA representative. I remember his dad tweeted that he was proud of him for doing a great job for his his colleagues. And then I think after that he just retired. Not sure what he's up to now. Couldn't find any information about him. I don't know if I don't think he moved back to Thailand, but he might have. Anyway, that is today. And tomorrow I will find something else to talk about because it's still the international break. But Vardy's still on that 9 goals. See you tomorrow.